Hey Nuggets, it's Miss Logan. I am coming to you with a brief lesson on math. It's going to be lesson 47. It's in your book on page 234. I'd like to give you a moment to pause the video so that you can get your math book and a sheet of paper so that you can take notes to turn in to me on Google Classroom. So my Nuggets, today we are going to be talking about simplifying mixed measures. Go ahead and write this down on your paper. Sometimes it's necessary in mathematics equation to simplify measures when an equation has more than one type of measure in it. And what do I mean by measure? Well, I mean terms like inches, feet, hours, minutes, maybe it's ounces, maybe it's pounds, and so on. Sometimes in math we use more than one unit. I'll put that up here, units. These words here, unit and measure, are sort of interchangeable. So you'll see your book use either unit or measure to describe the same thing. So these are plenty of examples, and there are so many more. But what I'm going to direct your attention to is halfway down your book on page 234, you guys are going to see that there is a new concept, right? And I'm going to give you guys some examples of statements that use more than one unit or measure. Underneath the new concept, that's letter C in your book, it says John is 5 feet 4 inches tall. Well, there were two measures used in that particular sentence. If you are guessing feet and inches, you are correct. It goes on to say, Thomas ran a quarter mile in 1 minute and 15 seconds. And then it also goes on to say the melon weighed 3 pounds. Pounds is one of those measures, and 8 ounces. So pounds and ounces are different measures, and sometimes we have to practice changing measures with 2 units involved so that both the units have the same name. It makes our calculating much easier. So we're going to go to example 1 where it talks about John. And it says John is 5 feet 4 inches tall. How many inches tall is John? Well, if you guessed that we have to convert feet to inches and then add them to the inches that are already there to solve the equation, you are correct. So 5 feet 4 inches means 5 feet plus 4 inches. So we know John, our friend John, is 5 feet and he's 4 inches tall. Well, I see that these units don't have the same name, so I have to convert them to one or the other depending on what the question is asking me in order to get my answer. They want to know in this equation how many inches tall is John. Okay, well, we know he is at least 4 inches tall, but we have to take this larger unit, our feet, and convert it over to inches in order to get our answer for the problem. So before we can add, we first have to change this 5 feet to inches. And what we have to do is we have to think about our units here. Well, I can see that I've got inches, and I need to think about how many inches are in 1 foot to figure it out. Well, I remember that there are 12 inches in at least 1 foot. So I need to take my base measurement, 12, because we're changing over to inches, right? And I need to multiply that times my 5 feet to get my conversion. So if I'm looking at this, and I see 12 times 5, right? 12 inches. I'm going to go ahead and add inches to this because we're converting to inches. I know that that equals 60. So it's 60 inches, right? So 5 feet equals 60 inches. Okay, well, I see that I've got my 60 inches here, but remember, John was over 5 feet, 4 inches over to be exact. So we need to add our 60 and our 4 together to get John's total height in inches. So if I take my 60 inches that I converted down here and I add it to my 4 inches, I know that John is a total of 64 inches. I abbreviated that, IN, period. We did go over that this year. He is a total of 64 inches tall. And if you turn over to page 235 in your book, you guys can see that they added 60 inches to 4 inches. That's what we did here. And we said that John is 64 inches tall. I will be talking about this to you guys on our live lesson on Friday. Make sure that you have all of these notes inside of your note paper that you will turn in to me today when you're watching your video, and then we'll continue our chat about simplifying mixed measures on Friday. I will see you guys then. I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.